Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Iron Maiden's 7th studio album, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Arguably one of their best. It is definitely always fighting for that #1 spot with Somewhere in Time. Both of those albums I'm absolutely in love with. It's one of their more conceptual albums. It's an album that has kind of like a beginning and an end, a story that you follow the whole time. And it rounds out their just incredible 10-year run of just making wildly good music. Every album during the 80s was so good. A 7-album run of just incredible dynamic music. It sounded very much like Iron Maiden while still changing up the tone, the sound, the theme, the imagery, everything. It was so good. This album's always been really special to me. A lot of the songs, some of the songs I've heard here are some of the first I ever learned how to play on guitar and bass. Some of the songs are the first I ever heard in general. It's just a really special album. Like I said, the guitar work is great. The atmosphere is fantastic. It's just got everything I like about it. So we're going to be ranking the songs. We've been doing the Iron Maiden albums. It's my favorite band, and I love talking about their songs. I love talking about their albums. We've done rankings of different things, especially on this channel. I love just ranking and talking about and discussing our favorite things, of course. So please, if you have ideas of things you want to rank or talk about or discuss, if you have anything you want to weigh in with this list, albums in general, anything you want to see on here, I would love to talk about it, love to just see what you like. There's no right or wrong answer, of course, It's just whatever flavor you're enjoying when it comes to music, movies, food, whatever the case may be. And we just get to kind of share it all together here. But yeah, 7th studio album. Another just masterpiece with a lot of Smith influence, a lot of the synth, and like I say, just that big atmospheric feel. It really feels like you're in an environment here. And Somewhere in Time was just like that too. Somewhere in Time was a lot darker, a lot more kind of... the atmosphere had started. It was very synth heavy. This one is very synth heavy as well, but also it feels a little more like airy, lighter. It feels a lot more... melodic, and like I say, the concept album this is kind of like their most conceptualized album, their most concept album out of anything they've done. There's a clear story you can follow all the way through for the most part, and the way it like starts off with that little intro in Moonchild and then ends at the end of Only the Good Die Young, so good. The hardest part about ranking this album is that I love almost every song on this album. It's another one where there's just so much substance. And it's so much just, less is more. There's 8 songs on the last, I think, 3 total albums. This one, Somewhere in Time, and Power Slave. And they're just 8 bangers for the most part. There's a couple that I'm like, whatever on. But this album is just so hard to rank these. And it's more, again, along the lines of like my least favorite versus one I really don't like. The only exception is my number 8. So we'll start off this ranking. This one is more of a kind of bridge gap. There's a lot of guitar work in here. There's a lot of pieces. It's kind of like how I feel with Ride the Lightning, the song, where it just feels like a lot of interesting parts, but it doesn't feel like the overall song flows as properly as I would like it to. So The Prophecy for me is number 8. And it's number 8 because it's just, like I say, it just doesn't feel like it flows properly. It's a great song to kind of like tell the story, bridge the gap, kind of get you in this mindset. I know it's definitely more of a technical song, and there is a lot of great work in here. Like I say, least favorite. So it's not a song I absolutely hate, but overall in Iron Maiden's work, it's definitely not up there. Like a lot of these songs are up high, very high. Some of them are top 10, top 20, top 50 material for sure. Prophecy's probably not even top 50. So it's a clear number 8 here for me. And, it, like I say, it just feels like it's a little, it doesn't feel like for me, I mean, I'm the kind of person where I like the music to kind of give me something like a direction. It's either something upbeat that I can like work out to or work to or whatever, something I feel, something I really like, harmonizing, things like that. And you see a lot of that. Like, this is a very Iron Maiden's a harmony central band. Like, they really focus on harmonies and things like that, especially the way, like, Caught Somewhere in Time is a great example. They go into the solo and then come out into this beautiful harmony with the intro and everything. It's just such a build up. It's such a story, a journey you go on. And a lot of these songs have that. The Prophecy to me just doesn't have that the way these other ones do. We're going to go with number 7 now. And we're kind of doing a little rapid fire here. But number 7 is going to be Only the Good Die Young. Only the Good Die Young is a very good song. It's definitely one that I really love. I think it's so underrated. And the outro is great because it just kind of completes the album. It bookends it with that acoustic. The way you intro Moonchild, you outro Only the Good Die Young. And it just kind of caps off the story in a good way. There's a little Steve Harris like bass gallop solo thing after the solo, and then it goes back into the start again. It's just a really, really good song. The only thing that kind of keeps it lower for me, energy's great, pacing's great, but when the verses come in, it doesn't feel like a song that was as well thought out as everything else on here. I thought the vocals on this always felt good, but almost like, okay, it's Maiden doing Maiden, because the verses just never felt completely like in tune with the way the song was. It's a great song. I really like it. It's just like there's so many better vocal performances on this album and around this album. So for me, that's the only lacking part. But yeah, otherwise just a fantastic song. And it's one that really builds me up too. It was one that I played on bass a lot, and I really got fast at galloping playing this song. I would always play it a little faster than it was supposed to be. I don't know why. But that was just one of the issues I always had playing bass. For some reason, it was like I just could not keep time. And everything I would do was either too fast or just, kind of choppy. I don't know. Anyway, getting off topic, but yeah, Only the Good Die Young, good song, but my number 7. My number 6 is going to be The Clairvoyant. And kind of if you've been following along with the other ones, pretty obvious reasons. It's a great song with a really interesting bass line and just a really interesting theme all the way through. Another good, it builds the rest of the album. There are definitely some songs that don't follow the story as much as this one does or The Prophecy. But this one does a good job of telling a story and kind of giving you an idea of what's going on while also not sacrificing the actual, the catchiness of the music, if you will. I've seen it live. It's awesome live. It's awesome in the album. And just a really unique bass line, a really unique song in general, and I like it quite a bit. Being at number 6 is only just because everything else above it is songs I really vibe with in a certain way, and I believe that this is one that, I'm attached to all these songs in some kind of way, like on an emotional level. The Clairvoyant is one of the first songs I ever heard by Iron Maiden. It was probably back in the days of MP3s and iPods and downloading music and stuff. It was that was probably the 6th or 7th song I ever got, that I ever got myself. It was so good. It was just so meaningful. I love this song. But yeah, it's just, like I say, it's a case of a great album with a lot of great songs on it. Number 5, we're going to go with Can I Play With Madness? And a lot of people are split on this song. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. It's a very upbeat song. The thing I love about this song is it just feels very fun. It's kind of like how Holy Smoke is on the next album, No Prayer. It's just I know it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. I know it's not exactly how Iron Maiden is. It's not the most serious song, but it fits the album. The sound is so beautiful. That the little run in the chorus, it just has always sounded so amazing to me. Just the way it fits, and it's just so light and airy, and I feel like it's one of the most atmospheric songs while also being just kind of hey, it's on the album. It's a fun, fast, little quick hit song. But I really, really love this song. It just, I don't know, it just does something to me. It makes me feel like I'm in a better mood. It's a great song to work out to. It's a great song to just, I like it all the way around. It's, and it also kind of helps tell the story. It's not as deep as some of the other songs, of course, but it does fit the aesthetic of the album and everything like that. And especially because if you look at the album cover and you just see this Eddie just torn apart and he just looks insane, to me this song kind of embodies the atmosphere and the cover and everything else, and it all just kind of plays together, and I love the imagery. So I don't know. I think it has a good message. It has a good feel while also being kind of just like upbeat, tongue-in-cheek. I think there's a lot of ways to interpret this song, and it's one of the only ones on this album that you really have that, and a lot of people look at it and say, hey, it's just this surface level whatever song, and maybe it is, but I feel like I get more out of this one than other songs. And like I say, it's a very split, some people hate it, some people love it, some people think it's corny, but I don't know. I just really enjoy it. I think it's like a poppier song by them, but done well. Number 4, we're going to do the epic Seventh Son of a Seventh Son on there. And this song, to me, is just freaking awesome. It's a song I never really gave a chance for a while. I've seen it live, and I loved it live, but still never really gave it as much of a chance. When I started streaming, and, I'll have music playing every now and then, this song comes on, and I don't change it. I just listen to it because it comes on. Man, there is just harmony and solo and great riff after great riff. It is so damn good. I love Seventh Son. The energy of this song, the storytelling, it feels long but not too long. I mean, it's just it's one I didn't give a chance before because it has kind of like a slow build. It's just it is like one of the most epic songs out of all their longer songs, out of all their epics. This is one of the ones that feels very heavy, very powerful. And it just does a good job, I mean, a lot of times the title track, and I'm not really with Iron Maiden, but just in general, the title track's kind of like, hey, give it a look. This is supposed to be a really good song or, whatever, but it's not really going to help out as much. It's kind of more just the title track to, it's almost gimmicky. This one is not for sure. And Iron Maiden, like I say, they don't ever really do that anyway. A lot of times their title tracks are some of their best work. This one is really just like, hey, this is the album. It's almost like the entire album condensed into a song, but then also furthers along the rest of the album. It's really weird, but it's really good. And the guitar work is fantastic on it. The drums sound great. Like I say, the atmosphere, the way they could switch up the pace and the feel of the song too throughout it seamlessly. It's a very, very good showing of what they could do when they're writing at their just peak performance. Very good stuff. We're going to go number 3, The Evils That Men Do. And this song, it's probably the one with the least amount of substance on the album. And the most straightforward, just the most basic paint-by-numbers Iron Maiden song on the album. But it is a good one. And I like it a lot. It's another one that I learned how to play on basically every instrument. It's a great song. It's always felt really extra emotional for me for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I love Bruce's singing on this. I think this song is some of his best work on this album, which he does a lot of good work on this album, but it just feels a little extra with him. The lyrics themselves, I mean, he just repeats the same thing over and over again, which is hilarious because, like, as far as lyrical writing, it's not fantastic. But the actual, I mean, you just think of his voice like an instrument, and it just is like, wow, it's very powerful. It changes up just enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because there's like a couple of very hard-hitting lines and lyrics in this, and then a bunch of just repeating the same thing over and over. It's like Brave New World, like the song. Like, you know, you say Brave New World a million times in the song, but then there's also some very deep, meaningful lyrics in the verse. So, I don't know. It's a mix, very mixed bag. I like the song. It's classic. It's one that I think a lot of people vibe to, and I really vibe to it, but yeah, it's always been one of my top favorite songs by them on this album for sure. We're going to move into number 2. And number 2 and number 1, definitely, like I say, I mean, these are the best of the best on some of the best of the best. So very tough to rank these out. Number 2 for me is Moonchild, though. What a fantastic showing of just technique, of instrumental, vocal, drumming, everything. It's just so great. The intro is beautiful, how it just moves into this, just really, it explodes onto the scene. And you got to think, like, Moonchild opening a set has got to be so powerful. Just one of the most perfect intros you can have to a set. So you see it live, you open the album, it just all works. It's all great. And they really did just a very good job of just hitting you right in the face just right when you open up this album. It's so airy and atmospheric, and it all flows so well. The song itself is just great, just powerful. Bruce is starting to show kind of where he's going to take his vocals to in the next couple of years. It's a little raspier, a little like heavier, a little angrier almost sounding, but just such a sick way to start the album off. And it's just a great song. It would easily be my number one if my number one wasn't such a just all around powerful song for me. One of the most underrated Iron Maiden songs. I mean, I'm telling you, like, this song, people who listen to it love it. People who don't know it don't know what they're missing out on. And I was one of them for a long time. I never really gave this song a look. And then I heard it, and I could not stop listening to it. It's just so good. Infinite Dreams is so good. I adore this song. It's a song that it has so much passion and power and emotion tied to it. So you really feel this song. The lyrics are incredible. It hits you hard. The instrumentals hit you hard in just the right places to really build up, like the verse, the chorus. It's soft, then it's loud, then it's hard, then it's soft, then it's loud, then it's hard. The harmony into a solo, into a harmony, it sounds so incredible. And I could listen to that all day. That harmony is so good. It's one of the best. It's an incredible thing. And, they just did some of their best work all around on this one. I think in the 80s, this has got to be some of their best work just all around as a unit on the song. A lot of times in these songs, you'll hear, something really stand out, like a harmony really stand out, or a solo really stand out, or maybe this one riff is really good. The song's great, but it's got this one standout part where I think Infinite Dreams, the whole thing, just all the way through stands out. You highlight Bruce, you highlight Steve Harris, you highlight the harmonies of the guitars, Dave and Adrian. Nico's doing his thing on the drum. It's just really good. I absolutely, I think it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Infinite Dreams, I just think it really highlights everything so well that they do. But yeah, all of it, all of them just sound so damn incredible on this album. And this album, like I say, it's one of my favorites. It's one of those that I just think is so passion filled, so incredible, and like it really gets out there. Like it's an album that takes it far, doesn't take it too far. I think at the time, I don't think it was super well received at the time. I know Somewhere in Time wasn't either, but looking back, they're some of their best work, especially going into the 90s when things really started to change and kind of fell off a little bit. But yeah, it's just one of those deals where, you have 8 great songs on here, and we'll wrap this up with the list again. At 8, The Prophecy. 7, Only the Good Die Young. 6, The Clairvoyant. 5, Can I Play with Madness. 4, Seventh Son. 3, The Evils That Men Do. 2, Moonchild. And 1, Infinite Dreams. But yeah, just really, like I say, they pushed it without pushing it too far. I know they wanted to scale things back, and then Adrian leaves soon after this album comes out, and that's when things, like I say, take a little bit of a turn. So we're going from 7 very good to masterpiece albums to some uncharted territory, some choppy waters coming up, and maybe some controversial opinions about it too. But yeah, that's one of my favorite albums by them, one of my favorite albums of all time. And I cannot thank you enough for hanging out and listening. And please, throw your rankings in the comments. List off what you guys have. Let me know if there's anything you would have changed or seen differently or anything. It was just an absolute pleasure to do this, and it always is. We can always talk about music or anything on the live streams on the Andy Havok channel, or right here in this channel. If you want to see anything else, please don't be afraid to share. Let me know. Thank you all, and I will see you next time.